Hi everybody, Brett back altitude scale models with another Sprue review. Finally got this in, the B-26B from ICM, the Flak-Bait. Great box art, great looking aircraft. There's only one true scheme, but there's four of them, four different versions of this very aircraft, as you can see right here. Okay, so you can build it, you can tell by the amount of bomb stickers. Ooh, there's a glare off that light in there. So, from summer 1943 to spring 1945, this bomber completed 206 combat missions, one of World War II's most famous aircraft. There you go. So, we're going to switch cameras, go to the bench, take a look at what ICM gave us in this beautiful kit. Hold on a second. All right, back at the bench with Flak-Bait. So, beautiful box art, love it. So as usual, the ICM, you got the top and you got the box. Inside the box, we got one bag, two bags, instructions and decals, and a catalog of painting. So, let's start with this bag. There's a fuselage in it. Pull that out. And we've got two fuselage halves. Typical ICM plastic. Nice panel line detail, not any real rivet detail to speak of, but if necessary, you can always just put that in yourself or just enjoy building it like this. Looks good, good plastic. Structure inside, because you have a gunner back there, nothing really in the cockpit area. Also no ejector pin marks where they don't want them to be, except maybe here in the bomb bay area. But maybe, hopefully, that won't be visible anyway. So, good size aircraft. We've got two of Sprue D, which is your props, your tires, your wheels, your engines, your push rods, ignition wires, some bombs. The Sprue's got it all. Your control wheel, everything this has got. Tires have tread on them, but there's no weight on them. Cowl, panel lines on it. Nicely detailed engine parts. All the banks. You see they're in halves. So you put them together. Be careful taking off the push rods. Doors for the landing gear. And nice detail inside, and I don't see any ejector pin marks in there. Prop doesn't have any flash. Looks good and big and beefy. Good detail there. So, nice looking detail on that one. Again, matching sprues. Here, I have a smaller sprue buried inside with some guns, ladder. Actually, that's your bomb rack. There's your ladder. Another gun, several guns. Like radio. Looks like your wheel for your flap controls. So lots of little detailed parts right here. Alright, next big sprue has got some foam that was covering These parts here, turret ring, looks like your interior bomb bay. Turret ring looks very nicely detailed. Nose landing gear, bulkhead. It's like flaps. Definitely beefy enough to be flaps. There's one of your guns. They're not hollowed out on the end. No slide molding. More bulkheads. Probably for your bomb bay. And pilot seat. Again, nice headrest on there. This seat here, it's got bent legs on it, so be careful. You'll also be making your own legs. There's another seat. And I just realized I didn't get a close-up of the guns that go in the turret. And another waist gun. Again, none of these are slide molded, so they don't have hollowed out barrels. Okay, that's that bag. And this bag has got your wings and a lot of your bigger, beefier parts. Clear parts, which unfortunately bagged separately. All right, tops of your wings, floor of your interior, bulkheads, tail planes, inside where the engine nacelle is going to sit. Nice detail throughout. The access panels have screw heads on them. This is top and bottom wing. Separate control surfaces. Nice touch. I'm not sure if these lightning holes should be drilled out or not, but you can check in one of those great magazines or online. Okay. And your other upper and lower wing, plus this has the engine nacelles on it, and another control surface. Again, same great wing detail. Your engine nacelles, two of them obviously, and then the bulkheads that go inside of them. Same little bit of detail on the inside. All right, and then this. Get your tails, another bulkhead for the bomb bay and wing spar. This is your rudder, sorry. All right. Now let's figure it out. What are your control surfaces, new details on your bulkhead. You can see the angle on the tail planes. The doors for the bomb bay. Do have ejector pin marks in them. Clean them up. Your flaps, looking good. This has got to be the ceiling of the bomb bay, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Clear parts. You have this little bag with a couple of windows in it. And you got a big bag. You're gonna have your canopy glass, your windshield. It's protected nicely. Beautiful clear parts. Two different front windscreens, two different noses. Turret glass, side glass, landing light lenses, but very beautiful glass. ICM's always done a good job on their clear parts. All right. And we're going to hear which are decals. Like I said, there's 4 versions of Flak-Bait, depending on the amount of bombing runs they've done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flak-Bait, instrument panel decals. Faded, not faded. Good looking decals. I think they'll be all right. Never had a problem with ICM decals before. And your instructions. All right, first, a little bit about the aircraft in English and Ukrainian. And you got ICM's color callouts and your little warnings and tool diagrams and everything. And then you start, as always, with Sprue map. And you go right on to more of a Sprue map. And you're not using this. And you're not using that. And there's 2 parts you're not using. And of course, you're going to start with the interior of one side of the fuselage. You need to drill some holes and just start putting parts together. Side bulkheads, glass, attachment points for open bomb bay doors. So pay attention, open or closed. You're working on your interior tub, your cockpit floor, control throttle, control stick, seats, putting some tanks and stuff on bulkheads, wing spars, put your bombs together, doing your bomb rack. Does it, we're not there yet. You're working on the other half of the fuselage, some decals going on for open bomb bay again. There you go, 50 grams of weight, that's what I was looking for. So that's going to go in between the cockpit and the bomb bay. So 50 grams, pay attention. You also have a tail sitter. Get your tail going on, your rudder going together. You got your bomb bay doors, open or closed, paint on the inner side, paint the inner side. Putting the guns on the side of the fuselage, canopy in, tail, glass in, nose, whichever one you're doing for version A or version B. And then you're putting the side panels into the wing where the nacelle is going to go, actuators, flaps, just getting the wings ready, putting the halves together. Same thing on the other wing. Color of your lights. You're working on the engine where you can do some really good detailing with the push rods, ignition leads. You can actually just use some lead wire and make your own if you wanted to. Your exhaust tips. And you're putting the engine into the cowling, and then you're working on some more of your nacelles. Putting the nacelles together, the cowling on with the engine in it, onto the wing, both sides. Wings going on. And you start working on the landing gear legs, so you don't have to have the landing gear in to paint it. Beautiful. Nose gear. There's a ladder. If you want to have the ladder on it. So you're working on your doors, landing gear, front nose gear doors. And then some more actuators, it looks like. And then NRF, I guess is a different color paint. Main landing gear legs, putting tires and wheels together, putting the legs in, putting the doors on, putting the wheels and tires on, doing the props and the nose cone for the props. Then you've got your mask template, and then how to mask it up. And you've got your 3 color variants. Mid 43, summer 44, spring 45, and summer 45. So you'll know, as you notice, this one just recently out into combat. Nice colored insignias, looking good. There's very few bomb runs. Turn the page. You're over here. You've got D-Day invasion stripes. You've got faded insignias all throughout. By the time we get a year later, you got many more bomb runs, still faded, no more invasion stripes, been painted over. And then finally, this one, chipped up, worn out, time to go home, war's over. And that's it. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for ICM for creating another beautiful B-26 kit. Fans of mid-engine bombers are going to love this. Fans of detailed aircraft. And I'm sure between Edward and Quinta, there's going to be some good detailing upsets out for this. There may already be. I know I'm going to order me some because I want this to be beautiful when I'm done. Look at that weathering all over this picture. I bet they've got real detailed pictures that show that kind of weathering because it survived a long time. 206 missions, was it? Yep. Survived 206 missions, so it's going to have some weathering. So, sit your ass at the bench. Do what you want with this. Weather it up, don't weather it up, make it new, make it old. It's yours. Do it your way. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your hobby. Bye for now.